Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Inside Guns with your host, me, the Yankee Marshal. Many of you out there are probably aware that today is closing arguments in the Kyle Rittenhouse case. Now, once the closing arguments are done, which I assume they'll be done today, the jury will go to deliberate the verdict. Now, they could come back tomorrow. They could come back 2 weeks from now. They could come back today. This could be over with by the time I post this, for all I know. They could all go out and go, yeah, he's clearly not guilty, come right back in. I'm thinking they'll give it at least a day to make it at least look like they're deliberating, because I think it's pretty clear he's not guilty on these charges that they are charging him with. But a lot of people have said to me, you're saying you don't think he's going to be found guilty, but you do think he should be held responsible because he did some bad things. And I don't know how bad they are, but he did some things that are illegal, and he knew they were illegal. I don't like these people that are like, he's a hero and he did so much for Kenosha and he's a good American. Really, what did he do that was so heroic? He was armed when he went. I would have thought it was more heroic if he just went with a pack and was like, I'm going to help anybody who needs help. You know, using an offensive weapon as a show of force to prevent yourself from being attacked is not all that brave in my opinion. And plus, like I said, he was a kid. I have a real problem with the adults that took him there, because if they're saying, oh, I would never shoot someone over property, which was all of their stances during the trials and the depositions, well, then why were you there? If you're not going to stop someone from setting a car on fire, if you're not going to stop someone from looting, if you're not going to stop someone from destroying property, why are you there with rifles? You're not a militia, so why are you there? So that argument exists. So Kyle Rittenhouse, you know, he's not a hero. He's not a savior. Forget what you know. He's just a man whose circumstances went beyond his control. Well, actually, that's not Kyle Rittenhouse. That is Mr. Roboto. But you know what I'm saying here. He's a kid, made some mistakes, not a hero. He's not a villain. He's not a monster. He thought he was doing the right thing. At least I hope so. But here's the thing. He might not have. But you can't try someone for what they were thinking, really. Unless they come up with some proof that he planned on luring someone into attacking him so he could shoot them, you need other evidence. And they don't have any as far as I'm concerned. But like I said, I do think he is guilty of some things. I think he's guilty of being involved in a straw purchase because of his correspondence with the guy who bought it. He knew what they were doing was illegal. He knew he wasn't supposed to be supposed to be in possession of it that night. So he did some things that were wrong. And I think he should be held accountable for those as a minor. So I think he does deserve some punishment. So people ask me, well, what punishment do I think he deserves? Well, first off, I have a kid his age. So my first punishment I'd want him to get is I'd want him to clean his goddamn room. And that includes drawers and the closet. And I am going to be pulling dressers out from the wall. Just like I tell my kid, because I know his room's a fucking mess. I cannot for a second think his room is not a fucking mess. So that'd be the first thing I'd make him do. I'd make him do that before he went to trial. I'd be like, you're not going to trial till your room is clean. But after that, if I was the judge, well, like I said, they'd have to bring him up on those charges first. And first question I would have as a judge is like, okay, well, why are you charging him with these charges when you weren't charging people the same night who are setting cars on fire and destroying public property and looting? Because it would seem to me like you're targeting someone for a political reason. So I don't know how I would rule there, because like I say, the fact they aren't charging anybody else makes it a little hard for them to say, well, we're upholding justice when the police were standing back watching riots. So as a judge, I would take that into account. But let's say none of that mattered. We were just looking at the crimes he committed. Well, I would look at it as a minor, did some stupid things, violated some laws, and he should pay for them as a minor. And the punishment I would dole out if I was the judge in charge, I would say you are on probation from the age of 18 to the age of 21. And during that time, all that money that got raised, those, I'm sure, millions of dollars that are sitting in a fund right now that the lawyers are looking for some way to take, instead of that going to attorneys and stuff, the attorneys will get their standard fee, and then the rest of that money will go into a fund that will help take you from school to school, during the week for public service events at schools that say, where you go to them and you say, hey, don't make mistakes like looking for a fight when you're armed. Make sure if you're doing something, you're doing it for the right reason. Recognize the dangers around you. Recognize, now, if I'm not willing to shoot someone for starting a fire, then why should I show up with a gun and pretend like I'm going to somehow stop them from starting fires? Just basically hey, if you're armed, be responsible. Don't go looking for trouble or you'll find it. That's one of the things we teach each other. It's one of the things we preach all the time. If you have somewhere that you're going to go and you know you're going to need a gun to be there, don't go there. It's just not a good idea. So he could go around, spread that lesson. He could say, look at the hell I went through because of just a couple stupid mistakes. Save yourself the trouble, learn from my mistake. They say a wise man learns from his mistakes, but an even wiser man learns from the mistakes of others and doesn't repeat them. So I think that would be the perfect punishment for him if they convicted him on those other lesser charges, which I think even that would be hard. But like I say, I still do believe he should have to pay. If he was my kid, I'd find some way. If it was community service, whatever. My kid got in trouble once, got out of it with the law, but he didn't get out of it with me. I made him work in a community garden for 6 months because I thought what he did was irresponsible, even though it wasn't illegal. So I think that should be his punishment. From ages 18 to 21, all that money that was gathered up in his name should be used to fund a program for him to go to schools and tell them, hey, don't make these mistakes. If you're going to carry a gun, realize how much responsibility comes with that. If you want to join a militia and go out and protect property, do it right. Find a militia in your area, an organized militia. Join it. A bunch of yahoos that you know with rifles is not a militia. Don't make that mistake. That doesn't fit any definition of militia. So nothing wrong with wanting to be part of a militia, any more so than being a part of Civil Air Patrol or the National Guard. But do it the right way and realize that there are responsibilities that come with that weapon in your hands. And if you fail to realize that, even for a moment, even when you think you're doing the good things for the right reasons, it can really bite you in the ass. And I think that's a lesson he could teach a lot of kids. All right, everybody, before I go here, I do want to announce that we are going to be doing a giveaway associated with toy guns for tots. Everyone that has given up until now and everyone that gives from this moment forward will be registered in this. For every $20 you donate, you're going to be in the drawing. And it's not an actual drawing. This is what I like to call a good karma thing. For every $20 you donate to Toy Guns for Tots, you'll get like 1 point of good karma. And then I'll put all those points in a bucket at the end and I'll draw 3 of them. And you'll get one of 3 different prizes. Now, third place is going to be a silver bullet. It'll be just like this one right here, except it will be in the caliber of your choice. So whatever you shoot the most of the available calibers that this comes in, that's the one you will get you. That way, if a werewolf shows up, you're ready to go. Because remember, just because Halloween's over, the werewolf threat has lessened, but it never goes away. So this will be the third place prize, a silver bullet, and someday it might save your life. Now, second place winners, they're going to get a pistol. And what they're going to get is the Kimber R7 Mako. This is Kimber's answer to the new 9mm craze. Those micro 9mm. It does come with the 10-round magazine with the extended grip on it, and it comes with a regular 10-round magazine. I'm not sure if the extension on this magazine gives you more rounds. I haven't checked with Kimber yet. It might, but I'm going to say for now they're both 10-round magazines. Just one gives you an extra finger grip. But this is an awesome gun. Kimber sent this to me to test, and I loved it. So it has been shot also. But like I say, I'm trying to save some money here. I'm not trying to spend more money than we're going to make back from donations. So this was given to me for free by Kimber to test, and they didn't send me a box to send it back, so I ain't going to the trouble of doing it. So I'm going to give this away as the second place prize, the Kimber R7 Mako. And our grand prize, it's going to be the gun that I chose for the best gun of 2021. It's going to be the Sig Sauer P320 Scorpion. Now, this is the one I have owned already, but it is still in brand new condition. There's not a scuff or a scratch on it. And I have replaced the FCU the trigger, the barrel, everything. So everything in it is like new. And it actually has the little gas pedal on there, so you're getting a little something extra. And there are old gas pedals in the box. But you will get all 3 magazines and the gun in like new condition. This is the gun, like I said, that I said is the best new gun of 2021. So what better gift for the first place prize? So there you have it. Those are the items that I'm going to be handing out as good karma gifts at the end of the Toy Guns for Tots fundraiser. So if you haven't donated yet, go on over there, get yourself registered, get yourself in the running. If you've already donated, you're already in the running. And at the end of this month, on the last day of the month, we will draw some names and decide who gets these good karma gifts. And with that being said, I just want to go ahead and sign off here tonight and say thanks everyone for coming. I hope you come back again tomorrow. And until then, remember, always carry and stay safe until I see you again.